Hi, my name is Sarah Davis, and this is my Modern Gents review. So when I first came across Modern Gents, it was on an Instagram ad. I was already married at the time, but as I scrolled through and looked at the rings, I really wish I would have found them when I got engaged, because their rings were all way prettier than my actual engagement ring. My husband and I were students when we got engaged, and we bought a ring we could afford at the time because we were always told you have to buy a diamond ring. And Modern Gents was the first time I thought, well, maybe you don't. They are on a mission to provide affordable wedding jewelry, whether that's engagement rings, wedding bands, wedding sets, men's rings. They also have other accessories on there as well. And their women's rings are made with AAA grade CZ stones and with sterling silver. Their men's rings are made with a lot of different materials in them. None of them will turn your finger screen. They're just all amazing. They're great for traveling. If you're someone who doesn't want to travel with your diamond rings and it makes you uncomfortable, you can use a Modern Gents ring. They are perfect for pregnancy. Also, if you just want to switch it up, and change out your diamond set. And that's really what Modern Gents does for me. So, like I said, when I first stumbled upon it, I was already married. I didn't even really consider the fact that you could ever even change out your ring. I thought that once you bought a ring, that was it. And what's sort of a bummer about that is that the ring I chose a year into our marriage, it wasn't my taste anymore. And I wanted something a little bit more sparkly than my current engagement ring. And so the first ring that I absolutely fell in love with from Modern Gents is the Queen. I just thought it was so gorgeous, so sparkly, so regal. So my husband got it for me as a gift, and I'll show it to you. So this is the Queen. It's so pretty, and it's just, to me, it was super bam, I'm married. I really loved that about it too. There was no mistaking it. So it was an instant favorite for me. And then it was shortly after that I kept browsing the page and I found the Meadows. I felt like there's a ring with my name on it. It's just so pretty. At this point, I started to feel guilty. I don't want to keep switching out rings. I don't think that's done. And when I discussed it with my husband, he was kind of like, well, why not? And as I explored the Modern Gents page more, there was a blog post about why it's a good idea to, have different rings and switch it out, whether it's because you are going, maybe it's an occasion thing, like you are going to a fancier party, you want a fancier ring, or you want a more simple ring for every day, or, your tastes change. The Meadows was one that I felt like really showed my personality, and it's so unique. It's not something you're gonna find everywhere. So this is the Meadows. It's so pretty. And this was another ring to me that was kind of like, boom, I'm here, I'm married. So I really loved that. And then it wasn't long after I got the Meadows that I got pregnant. My fingers, of course, swelled up, and I didn't want to replace the two Modern Gents rings I had for a bigger size. That didn't make sense to me. And at that point, my diamond ring wasn't fitting either. So I decided to get a ring to wear specifically when I'm pregnant. And for that ring, I chose the Grace. And this is what the Grace looks like. And what I love about this ring is the vintage look of it. And it is, if you thought the Queen was sparkly, just look at that. That is so, I love the sparkle. I was actually a little sad when I stopped being pregnant and had the baby, and suddenly the Grace was too big, because I just thought, this is so pretty. And then kind of doing a 180 from the Grace, I really started to miss my original wedding band, which was just a plain silver band. And it had stopped fitting long ago, like after my first pregnancy. I got a plain band because it matched my husband's, and I liked having one that matched his, and having one to sleep in for more casual days, to just have that band and to also match it with the Meadows. So I decided to get the Always because it is almost identical to my original band. So it's a nice, simple band, and I love that. Then my most recent purchase is probably my most favorite, as I do. I scroll through Modern Gents pretty frequently. I love looking at the rings. I love when they come out with new rings. And one that I kept coming back to over and over again was the Evermore. I loved everything about it. I loved the name. I loved how sparkly it looked. And so, but I told my husband, I've got so many. I don't need another one. I just really want another one. And so my husband was like, do it. You deserve it. It's beautiful, like you. Go for it. So I just, like a few days ago, got the Evermore, and it's my favorite. Look at that. I love that set. It's so pretty. I think that it should become more normal to switch up your rings. It has the meaning you give it. Love shouldn't be, I need a really expensive ring to show you love me. It should be about, you love me, let's get married. And that's why I think Modern Gents is a great company. I will probably be getting even more rings to switch up my style in the future. And I just can't say enough. Look at that sparkle. It's just so pretty.